guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Beverly. It's lovely to see you today. So, sorry, I need to readjust you. So professional. So, today I wanted to talk about disability, and mainly like disability and fashion, and body image. I think when you are disabled, it's like you're dehumanized. You just become this illness. A lot of the time you don't have a lot of money. A lot of the time your body changes when you get ill. I used to be like a size 6 to an 8 in the UK sizes, and now I'm like a size 12, which I'm not big at all. But when you're used to being like half the size, it's kind of hard to feel sexy and feel cute and all that kind of thing. I did have a point when I had IV steroids and I went up to a size 20, and then I just felt like a Goodyear blimp. It was just horrible. And I find that because of some medications that you might be on, you could put weight on or find it hard to lose weight. And sometimes you just can't move around as much. I mean, I have extreme fatigue. I've got chronic fatigue syndrome and fibromyalgia, which causes fatigue as well. So with both of those, I find, you know, I wake up tired. I wake up wanting to go back to bed. So it's very hard for me to then think, oh, I'm going to work out now. I used to be somebody who worked out a lot, but I don't anymore. So I'm very fidgety today. I do apologise. But I used to be somebody who worked out all the time. I used to walk everywhere. I was very fit, very into like dance class and stuff like that. Now I do very gentle yoga daily if I can. If I can't, then I don't do anything. And I spend most of my time sat here in this chair. This is where I am most of the time. And because I'm sitting a lot, I don't have that tone that I used to have to my body. And so it's very hard to feel sexy, to feel like a woman. I'm not going to do Shania Twain. I'm not. Don't do it. Don't sing it. Don't do it. It's very hard to feel anything but I'm just that sick girl. And I think a lot of people with chronic illness and with disability feel that way, especially when they start having things like, people can have like ports, which is they have surgery to have like a little needle put straight into under their skin, and then fluids and things can be put straight into that port, and it goes, I think it goes straight to their heart. I'm not sure. I could be talking bollocks there, but they have it in this kind of an area anyway, or ports that go in the top of your arm for fluids and stuff. Maybe they have like colostomy bags or some kind of feeding tube in their stomach, and it can be very hard to feel attractive and feel good. And fashion is a big part of feeling good, of feeling like, yes, I can look in the mirror and feel sexy. I mean, I've only just started doing outfits of the day on my Instagram. Do make sure you follow me on Instagram. Promotion. But yeah, it's something that I've struggled with a lot since I got sick. I had a lot more confidence in my body and in myself when I was thinner. And I think that's just society in general. We get told if you're not skinny, if you're not toned, if you don't look, if you're not a size 0 or whatever it is, and you don't look like Victoria Beckham, then you're not worthy of love. And because we're told that by advertising and society in general, it's kind of hard to then believe, yeah, I'm an attractive woman. And so this, like last year, I keep saying this year because I'm still not used to the fact that we're in a new year, but we are. I've just started, I've changed and I've started dressing in a more vintage style, and buying clothes from reproduction places, thrifting a lot more. So it's like, you want to feel good, and by changing my style and buying new things, I have started feeling better. I have started feeling a lot different in my skin. But I will say this, even though a lot of the clothes that I wear now look like 50s, 40s, 50s kind of style, it fits the women's bodies a lot better than stuff that we wear today. it just fits better, it just looks better on your body, and that has really helped me. But there's some things that have come to mind that have been pointed out and that have been suggested, and I wanted to talk about them because there's some things that I can't do. And you know, the vintage girls that I follow on Instagram and you know, follow their blogs and stuff, and they all have these amazing clothes and things. A lot of the things that they suggest I can't do. Number one is hairstyles. I did try growing my hair out at one point. I've always had long hair my whole life. I think I cut it short when I was about 15, but then I grew it out straight away because everyone said it looked horrible. Thanks. But I think my hair was always very fine, very thin. I might put a picture here if I feel brave enough of me with long hair, but I never felt cute with my hair. I always hated my hair. So I cut it all off, and I found since then my hair is a lot easier to manage. I have trouble holding my arms up for very long. I have trouble with dexterity in my hands. I have trouble like gripping things properly. Having short hair means I haven't got to stand there with a hairdryer drying my hair. I haven't got to bother with treatments and bleh. I just wash it with this very natural stuff that I get from a place called Funky Soap Shop, and it's all natural, and it's like walnut shampoo, and it's got like no weird stuff in it. It's not been tested on animals or anything like that. And my hair's been less greasy. My hair is very thin and fine, as you can probably tell, but it's a lot easier to manage. All I have to do is just comb it and it dries, and that's it. This is no styling product, so you can probably tell it's no styling product. If I was going out for the day, I would probably put styling products on my hair. But a lot of the vintage girls have longer hair. Back in the 40s, everybody curled their hair. You've probably seen your nans, they always have a perm. Girls just always curled their hair, and when you look into vintage style, a lot of people are like, well, it doesn't look quite right if you don't have the hair. And so when I was researching this, I was like, okay, I'll give it a go. So I grew my hair out a little bit, and I bought some curling things and tried doing it, and I couldn't do it because I couldn't hold the, and it's because I couldn't feel my hands, so I didn't know what my hands were doing. And then when I was trying to fiddle with my hair and look in the mirror so it's the opposite way around, it was just impossible. I just couldn't do it, and I managed to do 3, and I was too tired then. I needed to go and have a rest, and then my hair was dry, and then I couldn't style it, and it just looked awful. So I came to the realisation, you know what, I'm just going to keep my hair short. I'm going to be me. I'm going to be a vintage gal, but I'm going to be me. I'm going to be different. Because I think a lot of these fashions or trends or whatever, they don't take into consideration everyone. They're just trying to get us all to look the same and act the same. Because that's society. We, as society, we are pack animals, like dogs. And so we want to all be the same, but I found that that's just impossible for me. Sorry, world. Another thing is perfect cat eye, makeup and everything. I mean, I don't have any makeup on today because I just wasn't feeling well enough, but I definitely feel like makeup is something that I love, and I love watching tutorials and stuff, but I can't do it properly because my hands shake, and they just naturally shake a lot because of my fibromyalgia. If you watch the film Unrest that I've been pimping every video because I loved it, please go and watch it. It's all about one of my illnesses. But if you watch that, you'll see that we have this shake when we get overtired, and so my hands just naturally shake a lot. And I find that doing eye stuff, it's like this, because I can't get my hand to stay still. So I can't do that either, which is a bit of a disappointment, because when you see the girls with the perfect cat eyes and all the 60s makeup and everything, they look absolutely amazing. I would love to be able to do that, but I don't think it's in my future. Another thing is underwear. Underwear is really important in the vintage community, because if you want to get those perfect lines and that perfect look to your body to fit into those 1940s style clothes, they say it comes from the underwear. Now I'm going to steal a picture from one of the places that I follow everywhere and I would love to be able to buy from. And I'll put a picture here and I'll put links down below. But this is sort of stuff that they wear underneath their clothes every day. So they wear like a corset around their body, or a full-on like body thing, and stockings. Now I have a lot of rib pain, and that comes from my fibromyalgia. The rib pain and lung pain is very difficult to deal with. Sometimes it can take your breath away. The thought of having like a constricting or big bra that's going to constrict my ribs just makes my stomach roll, because I think that would be so painful. Like, as a disabled person, you look at it and you say, oh, that would be really cool, I'd feel so sexy in that. But it's just not going to happen, because it just looks painful. And on top of that, stockings I can't wear, because I have this thing, and I don't know where it comes from, but when I put stockings and tights on, they have to be like, they call it soft touch, because they can be quite rough, and it's actually painful, like physically painful for me to put them on. It hurts. Any kind of rough kind of material, and this goes for anything that I buy, it has to be soft. I can't have materials that are going to be painful for me. I think that's really important to remember, that not everybody can wear these things, not everybody can do these things, and I think it can be easy to forget that. It can be easy for people in general to be saying, oh, you need to be doing this in order to do this, but not everybody can. Another thing is high heels. Obviously, back in the 40s and 50s, women wore heels. They still do now. And I see these blogs and these Instagram pictures of these beautiful heels. And I used to love high heels. I was a big high heels girl. But I've been told by physiotherapists and occupational therapists that I'm not allowed to wear high heels because of my problems with my feet. I can't feel my feet. So I have to have closed-in shoes. I can't wear sandals and flip-flops and that type of thing, in case like a stone or rock gets in there and I don't realise and it damages my foot, or I get a cut or damage to my feet. And all these things you have to think about when you have illnesses. You have to think of the big picture. You can't just be thinking of, you know, one or two things. It has to be all-encompassing. So from heels, underwear, you know, materials for clothing, the cost of things, it just becomes very difficult as a disabled person to keep up with fashion. But on top of all that, I think it's mainly like body image. People put you in this little box, oh, you're disabled. And people either, I mean, one girl, I'll see if I can find the video. She has spina bifida, and she says people, even friends, will ask her and her boyfriend if they can have sex. And I'm just like, why do you need to know that? What does it matter to you? Of course they do, but why do you care? Like, what is it your business? It's not your business. So it's like we're dehumanized, sexuality is taken away from us, and it's difficult to get that back. And I think fashion can be a really great way of getting that back. But it can be really hard. Just these few little examples of why I can't do these things hopefully will help you to understand why a lot of the time when you see somebody who's disabled, they're not dressed fashionably, they're not dressed trendily, they don't have the best makeup. And it's because all these things are difficult to keep up with for us. And I just wanted to raise awareness for that. I just wanted to say, you know, just remember that we're humans as well. We're not just this illness. And that's something that I'm really passionate about, because as soon as you get like a diagnosis or you're sick, you stop being that human being that you are, and you start becoming this other thing, this entity that's not human. It's very strange, and it's very difficult for me to explain what I mean, but hopefully I've made some sense. So yeah, hopefully I didn't babble on too long. That's the video for this week. I really hope you liked it. I really hope that if you are disabled or not disabled, you will leave me a comment, because I love reading comments and I don't get many. So please leave me a comment if you watch the video. Like, and don't forget to subscribe down below and ring that little bell so you can always be notified when I upload. And I will see you on Monday. Bye.